let's talk about your training. All right, guys, so I want to go over 5 things that you can do to improve your training. This is a separate video because the first video was all about 5 things to become a world champion. Now we're going to talk about training specifically. Very important, okay? So talking about 5 things, the first one I want to talk about is your cardio. Can you even handle getting through your whole competition? If you can't, doesn't matter how great your techniques are, how strong you are, your performance doesn't matter. If you don't have the cardio to finish strong, you're in trouble.
Number 2.
Okay, let's talk about the second thing. The second thing is strength training. I've seen so many athletes blow out a knee, hurt their hip, break their toe, something like that, because we're not training properly, okay? So we have to make sure we have the proper strength training, whether it involves resistance bands, adding a little bit of weight, training our form to the max, doing as many times as we can with 100% effort, just focusing on how strong we can do the technique and being able to control that. Because with too much power, we can get hurt. And not enough power, we're not gonna win anything. So you have to find that perfect balance of strength training. Whether it's using weights, like I said, resistance bands, maybe I'm training competition with a partner, whatever it is, just making sure you're doing some kind of strength training. That's gonna help you strengthen yourself so your muscles and tendons and everything are used to the amount of pressure you're gonna give to them in martial arts competition.
Number 3.
Next one we're going to talk about is flexibility. So when we have proper flexibility, we're able to train without getting injured, kind of like the strength training. We have to make sure that we're stretching. I would stretch every day if you can. You don't want to overstretch because you can also overstretch to where your joints are really loose and then something slips out and you injure yourself that way. But you do need to stretch for the amount of things that you're doing and realize that you are a martial arts athlete. You're training your body, you're working it harder. So that means you have to stretch more than the average person. Maybe Joe from work, he stretches just a little bit because he works out maybe twice a week. But if you're training like I know you are to be a world champion, you're training all the time, you have to stretch more than the average person and make sure you have that so you can have the flexibility to do the things that you need to do. You need to get those sweet head kicks. You need to be able to do those backflip X outs and split your legs like that, okay? So flexibility is so important to help prevent that injury.
Number 4.
Okay, guys. The next one is to get organized, okay? If you're gonna have training, it has to be organized. What day of the week am I gonna do this? What day of the week am I gonna do that? When's my strength training? When's my flexibility? When's this? When do I drill my instructor? Whenever it is, you just gotta get organized. Take out a book, write it down, open up your phone, use the notes app, whatever it is. Have an accountability partner. Are you going to class tonight? I'm gonna be there. That is so important. If you can get organized, you can get ahead of the competition. Because you bet, someone's competing with you, they're organized and they're coming to get you, okay? So you gotta stay ahead of the game. You gotta stay organized. That way you can beat your opponent, okay?
Number 5.
All right, guys, so number 5. The most important one is consistency. Consistency wins the race. We don't want to train, 100 hours on Monday and then Friday eating nachos, pizza, not training at all, right? No. We want to make sure we're consistent every day. Even if it's a little bit of time, just making sure we're consistent and continually working and flowing and working on what we need to do, okay? We don't want to go too much and get hurt or something like that. You want to do something that's maintainable, right? So you want to be able to maintain your training throughout the season, whatever that is, okay? So when you're competing in martial arts, you have to have consistency. You want to keep the training block. You want to keep the schedule. You want to keep it going. I love the saying that martial arts is a lifestyle, and it really is. It's a lifestyle. It's not something that just comes and goes, has a season, right? No. Throughout our life, we're martial artists, and we want to be able to continually train without getting hurt, without burning out. We want to make sure we have good consistency. So that is number 5. That's the most important. If you found any of this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe. I'd like to do more videos like this in the future to make you the best martial artist you can be and a world champion. See you later. All right, guys, the next one is, I forgot.